Hi. Why is that over there? There we go. Welcome. Sorry that I'm a little late today. I forgot to make the chat background bigger. Oh well, I'll fix it later. Hello Violet. Welcome. I meant to fix that before stream but I got busy. Let me open up the to-do list. There are things to do and I don't know how much of them I feel like coding. This will be a weird stream. Here, have some music too. Yeah, there's a stream chat but only on Twitch it's there, so when I upload it to YouTube it doesn't just look like I'm talking to myself. Here the code can be on the screen too. I need to make a monster's turn-based abilities, it's just numbers. This won't take me long. Okay, it's done. Now I just need to put it on the guy. There. And yeah, unfinished projects are just the nature of life. I have like 500. I'm just going to be doing random things and not explaining that at all for a second. Please enjoy not understanding. So it would send my messages to chat as well. Interesting. I feel like that might clog it up a bit though if I talk too much. I am making a turn-based entity for this guy because I forgot. This guy's stats suck, oh well. He can be a big HP block man. Hello Lady J. Welcome. And Yashreen. Technically this isn't Shreen. It's just the most ogre-like model I had, so it was used for Shreen. What do you want to test with your shuriken? I tested that once before though and it didn't work. I can try it again I suppose, but I'll be very confused as to why it works now and not before. That is so weird. I tried literally the same thing and it didn't run when hitting them. Maybe it doesn't actually. It only started hitting him with the ragdoll. See, it doesn't care. Until he turns into a ragdoll from dying from the other system. It's very sparkly all of a sudden. Has it always done that? It works on props but not the NPCs for whatever reason. Let's try a random other next but nope, it ignores these guys too. Well, it hit that guy. But yeah, it's about what I saw when I tested it before. It might have something to do with the sense physical object, but I don't really know what it would be. Let me go check something. Not seeing anything helpful on the wiki. Sometimes the wiki be like, oh, also this doesn't work for X reason on Y entities. It's not even high velocity ones though. This would be printing a lot and it's not even moving. Yeah, they attack dead bodies. want to improve how they do that sometimes since it's kind of janky. Oh, also I think there's a bug in the shuriken somewhere. See this? It spawns a random pliant side saw blade at map origin. Well, it's there and it's not supposed to be. I don't know what causes this, but I can probably figure it out. Yeah, it's probably this. So basically you create the pliant side model out here and it just kind of hangs out. Let me try to figure out a good way to fix this. I need to look use web functions again. Well, it's pliant side only, but it also annoys me, so I will fix it. There's a sweat clip I need for this, 2 of them maybe. Hello Brent. It do be a cat on Twitch. Hello. Naya. How do I remove pliantist models again? This might work, but it also might just not. Well, it's still there. Curse you, saw blade. Why are you this way? There. It will still be there because I need to restart, I think. I'll restart and test it again later. Well, it still works here, so that's nice. Is this the right size? Is it bigger than it's supposed to be? Be not afraid. I'll test that more later. Oh, also, Brent, I forgot to tell you that the meat launcher has been fixed for 2 sessions. It's not the best though. It has some collision problems. There. But I mean, it fires meat, that's fun, isn't it? One second, let me double check something. It does have similar problems to the shuriken of not colliding sometimes. But it's worse now than when I last tested it, which is strange. It's very good against children for some reason. It's not useless, at least. It does work now to some degree. I am going to do something a bit silly. I am going to specifically make this projectile do more damage. The collision stuff is real annoying. I should find a workaround sometime. There. That's better. Brent, that is a war crime. Alright, what else do I have in here? I want to change the model used by the chunk. I might make it smaller too. It can be 1x3, it's not the best gun. I mean, I could add a respite on that hunts you down for your crimes if you want. Alright, the other problem with the chunk is that it doesn't display the ammo in it. So I have to remember how to change that. Well, that was easy. There we go. Alright, next on the list. I want to make a turn-based ent for the faceless guys because I am tired of making so many. Windows, please. The problem is that we have two things called faceless now, which is annoying, but oh well. Listen, they're just useful for the thing they are. Basically, the idea is that I wanted something that pretends to be human but isn't very good at it. But also dangerous. You know, like society, but with more face stealing. A good murder gas, just what they need. Hold on, I make stupid faces when I turn that way, let me fix that. Stop making stupid faces, me. Hold on. That's a little better. Kind of, but not really. I will just smug at you whenever I read chat, I guess. There, I can now do some glancing. This is just because of my scuffed camera setup. There's another thing I want to do to this entity, let's see if I even can. This might turn out horribly. Okay, well, not like that. Wow, that is very uncanny. Basically, I need a skin texture of some sort. I need the skin. Wow, that's terrible. I guess it does look like a guy who stole someone else's face though. You are 0% cyborg Violet. I'm surprised you didn't use a question to ask about it. Rose. How hard is it to steal some skin and put it on a man's face? Harder than you'd think, apparently. This is so cursed, I don't really want it to exist. But it does kind of fit the thing. I hate it though. I'll just tell you what happened anyways. So yeah, you didn't get cyborged. You got healed and then teleported. And now a separate Violet made out of all the cyborg parts is running around. There's a reason for this, but you'll have to use an actual question for why that happened. There was a flaw in the process. It will become apparent eventually. splicing textures never works quite the way I want it to. I just want to delete this man's face. Oh well, it's fine. I don't think I can get the exact thing I want. This will be good enough. Let's test this saw blade floating thing fix real quick now. As well as test some of this other stuff. A really violet, where's your home then? Checkmate drifter. So how are you guys doing today? Well, if you live in your orb all the time, how are you going to go on adventures? Productive. Nice. I haven't been very productive lately, but I'm doing it now. Oh yeah, I need to make like a ton of metals too. I am going to add more metals for crafting purposes. A weekend vacation respite orb. What is gold useful for? Yeah, that's a good description. You will be able to stack it now. But also I'll need to replace your old gold items with new gold items. Since before it was a custom item and now it is a real item. The saw blade is gone. I fixed it. Good job me. Hello Fevals. I don't speak Spanish so I have no idea what you're saying, but welcome. Now to make a bunch of oct metals. What is silver useful for? Tableware. Yes, very useful. It is used against werewolves. I shouldn't put that in there though, that's quite silly. Oh, it's good at reflecting things. I can use that for respite on sets. Listen, if you were a werewolf, wouldn't it be a Chad move to just carry silver around? Yeah, it's my only weakness in this world, what of it? How would you describe the color of copper other than calling it copper colored? Orange-ish. Basically, how these metals are useful is they will all have different crafting properties, like how food ingredients do. Except instead of eating these, you will be able to make equipment out of them, like swords or armor. Like equipping a sword made out of copper, it will give you like lightning amplification or something, so you will do more lightning damage. Yes, you could indeed make a katana out of things. What other metals should I put in here for this? Oh yeah, I forgot I made this bell metal. Metal made out of bell. Never really used that, did I? All the metals are gray. It's hard to describe them. Is it useful against hybrids? Who knows, you'd have to ask a question about it. Alright, now to give all of these things slightly different looking models. I don't remember what material I used on the other one. Well, this one is green. I could add uranium, I guess. I'm sure nobody would commit any crimes with that. A red one. I could make a red metal, that might be fun. What would I even call it? Crimson steel sounds pretty edgy. Is plutonium red? It is very cool. Does red steel sound good enough? We'll go with red steel, I suppose. Yes, it does make the war bike go faster since it is red. I won't add uranium, but I am adding a green one that does similar things. I have no idea what they'd call it. I will be right back also. We'll call it ogre metal, that sounds pretty base. I will return in a moment. I am back. I have food now. I will now shove some into my mouth. Hold on. pizza. The setup here is annoying. It is hard to eat this with where everything is placed. Brent, you shouldn't eat pizza every day. Mix it up a little. Okay, coding. I guess it could be worse. Yes, you are correct. Pizza smoothie. Oh no. Where did I put that gold material at? This one looks neat. Sorry for making so many strange faces. Listen, Violet, that sounds like a personal problem to me. I think everything Unburnt makes is destined to be evil. Except maybe Drunko, I guess. You create like on average one boss monster a stream. So many that I forget about them. Skin a tank with purple fluff. I guess this is close. I need a steel looking material. It need to be pretty shiny Omega, you fiend. Welcome to the scuffed Twitch stream, you horrible monster. This will do, I suppose. Okay, I have finished eating. Let me double check to make sure they all look different. There. Yeah, I did indeed chroma key the code. It is a pretty scuffed setup, but it works. You can see all the things. It just looks very janky. But also welcome. It used to be much worse, but I figured out a good way to do it eventually. Platinum is pretty shiny, right? Yeah, it's very shiny. That will do. Formatting. Formatting, my only weakness. There is no actual significance to putting these things in different orders, I just like having them be in a concise, net way. Sure, me, of course, go ahead. That's pretty interesting, actually. I never really thought about aluminum oxidizing, but I suppose they all sort of do that, don't they, the oxides? Sorry, I forgot how to type. They all oxidize, right? Or is it only some specific metals that do it? I coded this weird. I coded it very strangely indeed. Oops, let's not just have a global variable here, please. This is a loot spawning system that I want to improve, but I haven't decided what exactly I'm going to do with it yet. I think that's all of them. They all look pretty different. So that's good. Metals are cool, I don't know a lot about them. I'll have to brainstorm and balance some weird crafting things with these later. Yeah, fear. Noble fear, too good for the other elements. Fear just too smug. That's the scientific reason. Yeah, I find it cool. A random metal thing, I know. You know how vampires can't be seen in mirrors? That's because mirrors back then used to be lined in silver. It was just another silver thing. So modern day mirrors, you could probably see vampires in them. There could be vampires in mirror houses and we wouldn't even know about it. Listen, I can out-nerd you. I am programming in Gary's mod on Twitch as a virtual cat. I am the largest nerd. Why are they shiny? Windows, please. I am about to do vector math. Pray for me. I need an angle. Give me all of your angles quick. This is a robbery. Hand over your vectors, your angles. Thank you, Lady J. I will now steal these. I am doing vector math while also trying to wrap my head around the concept of light. Cats were not meant for this. Wait, so are conductive things shinier by default? That's so weird. There is no way I can just paste the normal vector into the angle and have it work right. Well, might as well give it a try. Basically what I want to do with this is make it so the angle of the thing I spawn matches the ground it's spawned on, but I don't think it's going to be so simple. So if I were to spawn it on the ceiling, it would be upside down. I think it's going to do some very silly things instead of what I want, but we'll see. Light is very weird. It is too complicated for my small brain even without all the also being a particle sometimes, but not really. Light should just make up its mind and decide to be one or the other. It's not fair that it gets to change its mind sometimes. That's so weird. I had a really cool physics class in high school and it was interesting, though the one I had in college mostly just destroyed me with math. Why must you be this way, code? There. I got a degree but it didn't make me any smarter, so don't feel like you missed out too much. At least for computer science I felt like I learned less and less from the upper level classes because they were too busy being taught badly. Seriously, I had like a 400 level class and I didn't learn a single thing in it because the teacher was just so bad. The best teachers I had were the grad students, usually those guys were cool. It didn't do the thing I wanted. Pain. Yeah, it do be like that. Making this work is a huge pain. I'll probably do it later. It's annoying since the server has to reload every time I save it when it's in this file. I'll have to make a test entity outside of it so I can really devector things. Alright, let's see what else I can do here on the to-do list. I guess I should go double check evasion in turn-based since it's been a bit weird lately. he is dodging me, so that's a good sign. That seems to be working as expected. "25 accuracy overcomes 100 agility. That might be a bit off." Yeah, thanks for talking about metals and stuff. Me, of course, I don't really understand a lot of it, but it's still interesting to hear about. Where do I get my models? Like my VTuber one or the NPC ones? A lot of these NPC models are ones ported into Gary's mod from other games. I can't remember which one this boy is from. But like, this is just a Silent Hill guy. So this is this. And this. But yeah, various games really. Silent Hill Homecoming, Cry of Fear. Other ones are modified Half-Life 2 models. Like, this is a fast zombie but with a different texture. Dead Space guy. This one is a Half-Life 2 model but modified to not draw half its bones. Lots of random things from various places. It would be really cool if I could get my own models though. It would be very expensive or time consuming or both probably to have my own made. So for now they're just random dudes from various things. Yeah, Violet asked how evasion works. Let me try to explain that. So your evasion value is based on your agility and some other stuff. It's compared to the attacker's accuracy value. If they have more accuracy than you do evasion, they will hit you always. If you have more evasion pairs, keeps on rolling. It's based on how much higher your evasion is, but basically you can fully dodge it, or just get a graze which reduces the damage a little. Evasion is half of your agility, 1/4 of your luck. So if you have 100 agility, you have 50 evasion. I definitely need to reduce the accuracy numbers a bit. Accuracy is double your accuracy, double your perception and 20% of your luck. Yes, it would be 75 evasion. predictive evasion will be way better now. Multi-strike is probably overpowered. Did I really only make 4 abilities? I could have sworn there were more. Strength has like 9. Did I just forget to make more agility things? I'll do that later. Well, the problem with thinking of extremes is that in respite things get very extreme. Like this thing, literal baby doll. And then you could also have like reality warping thing that is so weird and impossible it shouldn't even exist in reality. I think this guy has 100 agility. Nope, just 50. He should probably have 100. There's also this thing. This thing should probably have 100 strength, but I set it to 50 so it wouldn't one-hit people in that boss fight. And 100 isn't even the limit, it can go to any number really. Well, theoretically the building would have 0 agility since it can't move, so it would be hit 100% of the time by anything. I guess unless you roll the 5% crit fail chance. The 5% crit fail chance that scales based on your luck. Throwing things is accuracy and strength, so it doesn't use agility at all. I need to rework throws and just put the grenades in the system. Well, a toddler would probably have negative luck, so they'd have a higher crit fail chance. Let me see on the throw. Yeah, accuracy and strength. Mostly accuracy thought. Yeah, stats can go negative too. Toddlers are good at falling, they're made out of like jello or something. Children are durable. Luck is a weird stat. Though the throw command is more or less outdated with the current system. As long as you don't roll like A1 or you're not trying to do something insane, I usually just give it to you. I mean, I could give the child negative accuracy and then the building would be outmaneuvering them. The system can handle negative attributes surprisingly well. Alright, what else can I do here? The things left are agony, oh no. Negative max health. I think you just die. Endurance is the stat that gives you health. Let's see. Wrong file. So you have a base health of 100 added to 3 times your endurance. So if you had minus 34 endurance, you would have like negative health. Which means you would be incapacitated by existing. Oh wait, nope, I made it so you can't have less than 100. Let's just undo that. You have a minimum health of 1. How's that? There are very few things that would not kill you at 1 health. There may be consequences to changing that, but I am just not going to worry about it right now. I vaguely remember why I did this, but it shouldn't really be a problem unless someone decides to eat something that gives them a buff of -50 endurance. Here I'll put a safety thing in here so it doesn't become impossible to fight NPCs as a result. That's why it was there. Just so people wouldn't have to fight the janky NPCs with no actual health. And then the turn-based health can be as low as whatever, that's generally more fair. Well, there's lots of things that can happen there. There are debuffs and stuff. Some can be pretty crazy. Let's see. Like this one reduces your perception by 10. Endurance by 10 over here. If you get one of these and you eat something sus, you could have like 10 max health. Though that doesn't typically happen. It shouldn't be too big of a problem either way. You just start with 0 unless you put points into it. Check it how. It didn't give you any buffs. works for me. Very purple. It won't give you a buff in here. Oh yeah, you can see your evasion value here too. And your accuracy. But basically it won't put it in here since it's just an attribute buff. You'll need to eat food made out of it to get a weird buff. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be very hard to eat a debuffed food poisoned man. The buff works for me. Violet shows up right there. If you're talking about it not showing up in the status screen, that's because it's just an attribute buff and they don't show up there usually. Also, you can see your evasion in here and your accuracy if you're curious about it. No green bar. Weird. Well, it works for me, I don't know. The server is not currently up. I don't usually leave it on when we're not using it. Otherwise, weird stuff can happen with the database. Hold on, I must make a death animation for Wheelchair Man. Why must we be such a pain, Wheelchair Man? With your broken model. There we go. Be simple. Fair enough. Basically, some NPCs don't have actual ragdolls, and they have death animations instead. So to make that work, when the NPC dies, its model is replaced with a different entity that plays an animation and then stops. Now where is that death function? I will need to test this. Have to restart to do so. I am open to suggestions for more monsters, of course. Or just ideas in general. At some point I need to go through and put all the physics initializations specifically under the server thing, or it causes weird issues. The wiki may have just told me how to fix a small problem I've been seeing for a while. The difference between a hull and a collision bound. Guess I'll have to mess with that later. Alright, time to fight the wheelchair. Where'd he go? I think his death and teleported like he does. Listen, Violet, it was funny, okay? Oh hey, it works. I guess it's kind of interesting that his dead body teleports away. Me, of course, that is very close to my lore as a completely ordinary cat. Well, you see, it didn't work because I think you rolled a -1. Well, the death animation thing works well enough. I don't know entirely how I feel about it teleporting away. Can't tell if it's good or silly. But it does kind of make you paranoid, hence name of the creature. Since you're not really sure if it's dead or not. Let me test something weird real quick too. Violet, your shuriken is the devil. I can't tell if the collisions are better or not. Hold on, my brain is working. Either that's more reliable now or I'm just really lucky. Weird. I thought moving it to just server side might improve it, but it turns out the physics object head rotation's disabled. Wait, did I get raided? Sorry, I was distracted by throwing saw bloods at innocents. Also, I got slow. Sorry. But yeah, thanks so much for the raid L and booster. I was going to raid you when I was done actually. But welcome raiders, I am 7192, a completely ordinary cat that is definitely not a monster that lives in your brain. You call me numbers if that's easier to remember. And yeah, I was on Necro News. I haven't watched today's episode yet though. But yeah, I stream on Twitch once a week now, probably every Sunday. I am just doing some weird programming, which is why there's 500 things on the screen and it's all very scuffed. Okay, now let me catch up on chat. I'm not flustered, I'll beat you up, Violet. And yes, Booster, the NPCs are very innocent. They would never hurt a fly. You want to remote post something, Violet? Well, okay, sure.
Wooster, also known as the Ghost Prig, is an occultist freak who has been kicked out of the gnome village for stealing sucks to fuel one of his many fetishes. Disgusting, I know. he is skilled in the traditional techniques of gnome combat, the art of breaking one's kneecaps. You can also phase through walls, leaving the plasmatic residue all over the place in the process. Pretty gross, if you ask me.
Okay, that was really good. Was that an AI-generated snake? It was very nice. I also liked that it moved my mouth. Since it comes out of the audio source that does that. Let me thank all the followers. I don't have proper notifications for that, sorry. Thanks for the follow Brush Fireglow, Stormunculus, Okamigari, and Dangufang. Dangufang, sorry I am bad at spelling. But yeah, that was a funny one, Violet, thanks for doing it. I have now completely forgotten what I was doing. Oh yeah, I was trying to fix their collisions. So basically the monster NPCs have this problem where sometimes things thrown at them will just phase straight through them. But I may have fixed it now. Also that happens. Yeah, like that. Seems I improved it but didn't fix it completely. Seems like the tops of their heads are a bit weird. It could be a general GMod issue, but it's hard to truly say if it's unfixable. You want to do another one, Violet? I don't know if Booster is even here to get dunked on anymore. Well, either way, I think I made this a little better. Hello Azura. Welcome. Yeah, I plan to stream on Twitch once a week from now on. Well, whatever, go ahead and do another one, Violet. I'll even turn off the music this time. I will
Come on,
awkwardly sit in silence
but
until
what
it
a pathetic
arrives.
toast look at him. His little scummy arms can't even reach his mouth. You run this, let's bring the fiends down. We're going to douse that douchey ghost into the half of my F. Oh, what fun that will be. I can feel these breeze already.
I have no idea who that was. I assume it's a character booster nose. You know, fun fact, I have never played a single Final Fantasy game. With the power of iVoice generation, everything can be made into a TTS. A new TTS backend, you say? Tell me more. Will it stop turning me into default Chan and jump scaring me out of my skin? I would like to stay in my skin, you know. It is now time to scan every file and see if there's any I need to change in there. There are several. So some NPCs used collisions that didn't rotate for no reason. I've seen some crazy accurate ones before. Like the Dargather or whatever his name is. Dargather. They made him say very sus things that I should not repeat, but it was very funny. Do you plan to use that TTS backend stuff for things like more voice or more for like the Violet sort of animation stuff? It does seem particularly useful for the memes you like to make. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that should fix up most of the physics. Hopefully. Or at least improve them. It will now hopefully be easier to saw things. Sawkin. It can be used for live posting. Really, I thought it would take a lot longer to process that stuff. Sawkin these nuts. Hello 455466713. Welcome. And yeah, really, that's impressive that it's fast. I honestly thought about that sort of stuff before, but assumed it took a longer generation time. I guess it makes sense that the training would take a while, but once it's done it can go fast. Thanks for following Azura and Beluga. I don't really have a good way of seeing these notifications because I am not set up for Twitch properly, so I hope you'll excuse me on being late for that sort of thing. Yeah, this one is fast. I think the biggest delay on it is just that I have to download it from a server. Thanks for following Onajili and also welcome. Let me see if there's something else I can do in the code here without my head exploding. Oh boy, new server. I would recommend doing it before the server turns off. Yeah, that's how it works from what I understand. I would like it to run locally, but I'm sure there's reasons not to. That's Violet's business, not mine, though he makes the program. Really, the only problem I tend to have is when I have any packet loss, it just takes forever to get the thing back. And my internet is bad, so I get packet loss sometimes. There are many things on this to-do list and they all sound hard. I haven't tried sending it a book. The most I've ever sent it is a big postal like the Navy SEAL one. I don't tend to do it, since if I put a lot of words it just runs off the screen anyways. Like watch, here's an example with lots of words for no real reason. I am just filling the text, but I don't have anything actually to say. Look, the text box is too small, it cannot handle all these words. I didn't put in other words, it's hard for me to tell when it will happen. That's okay, Violet, I'm sure Snake will tell us that someday. Hello Club, welcome. You know, it's kind of funny, all of you guys have purple names for some reason, and then Club has a green name. It made me double take. I was surprised that green existed. I think I'm done coding for now. Let's just go to the chatting screen since I'm just chatting anyways. Sorry Club, I was probably distracted. Please forgive me for not saying hi. Lady J isn't purple's pink, but pink is like purple adjacent. But yeah, I got some stuff done. Good job me. Very good programming me. At least I think I fixed a couple of things. That's nice. If I manage to improve the physics hitbox things, that'll be enough for me to say I did a good job today. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask how the stream was, Booster. I don't know if you're even here anymore. My streamer skills. I am not usually rated. What game was it again? I forgot. I looked earlier, but my brain emptied into the code. Oh, it was Faith. I need to play that eventually. I watched someone play like one chapter of it forever ago. I plan to play the trilogy at some point. I don't know when though. I got a lot of stuff to play. Oh yeah, I also got my Warcraft 3 working again, so I might do some of that in the future. Is it my sort of game? If I remember right, you just run around, hold up a cross and get mortised sometimes. I remember the mortis more than anything else, it makes me laugh. Yeah, I bet it's spooky. I also get YouTube recommendations of some father guy that they love. Apparently there's a Chad priest. I look forward to playing it. Sorry, my brain doesn't work, it's all full of ones and zeros. I am running out of things to say. Oh yeah, I can talk about my plans for next week, that's a thing I can do. I could also just stare at you, that's also a possibility. Welcome, Lucky Oreo. Don't stare at me. That's illegal. Though I guess to watch the stream you're basically always staring at me. How uncomfortable. You got a dog? Congratulations on the dog. Breaking Bad or The Walking Dead? I have watched neither, but I think Breaking Bad has better memes. I don't really watch a lot of TV shows. But seriously, Breaking Bad has a lot of high quality memes. I think my favorite is the one where he's in the car screaming about something. I don't know how to describe it better. I'm trying to come up with an example, but my meme engines are dead. I hope you understand the meme format, just pretend you defy you don't so I don't feel bad. I am terrible at explaining things, it's just part of my nature. Maybe I can go find one. It's this one. They used this image of him screaming in the car. And then they give it some text of some kind. It is called Walt Screaming in a Car. Very accurate meme name. Sorry, I read a meme and it made me laugh. Let's put that away now. You don't like memes? Wow, I can't believe it. It must be hard to live in this meme-saturated society if you don't like them. Yeah, you make me laugh. Remember when we were playing Half-Life 2 Coop and we beat the game? And Gman was leaving and he said, "And this is where I get off." And then you said "Loot Gman." I thought that was pretty funny. I remembered it until now, so it was funny enough for that. Typical Vash being a bully. Wow, you thief. You criminal. Did you make me laugh recently? Yeah, when you hugged the tank. Also, the snake thing was pretty funny. It was extra funny because my mouth synchronized to it. It's not that hard to make me laugh, really. I will laugh at things that aren't funny at all even. Especially if I'm tired, I will laugh at anything. I still can't believe you made the entire building hallucinate a copyright-free ogre named Shreen. Don't end this, you son of a bitch. The thought of me laughing at just the idea of MDIS made me laugh. Circular laugh. That is true, I made Shreen up, but you presented the setting that Shreen could exist in. Don't find boom sound that makes me laugh every time. MDIS cog. I assume cog is for a different word. You know, in my Gary's Mod server there's this system where you can put your own custom model on. In the past, when it was a public server, this was long before MDIS. There was this custom model people would import net through that system. It was a minion with an enormous donger. People will sneak up behind you and jump scare you with that thing. I had to ban them from using the add-on. It was terrible. Gary's Mod roleplay is a mistake. There's your ancient Gary's Mod story of the day. I hope that that knowledge curses you like it does me. That anywhere at any time, someone could turn into that. It could be any one of us, it could be you, it could be me. It couldn't be me, I wouldn't do that. I don't like how you put my name in front of those two other words. Plov, it isn't mine. But yeah, the topic got sus. This is all someone else's fault. We are so here. Very so. The most so cat there is. You don't have to apologize, it was a little funny. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about my plans for next week. So next week, I will probably have the Dwarf Fortress mod updated in the way I wanted, so we will do that again. Likely a late night Wednesday stream as standard. Thursday will probably be Hitman. Friday, I will start a new game. That or I will play a Warcraft 3 custom campaign. Saturday, respite. I originally planned for it to be a community respite, but I'd like them to finish the map they're on in the normal episodes first. Sunday, some kind of Twitch stream, either programming or something else. What is Have a Nice Death again? I've heard that name before. Oh, it's this one. You may be when it's finished. Oh yeah, I might try to shove a collab in somewhere next week too. I just have to talk to someone. I will do that though, probably, maybe. But as for today, I think that might be all I have, unless you guys have anything else you want to ask or talk about. Twitch, why do you only give me encoding when I go through the trouble of streaming at 720p? Hi. I normally stream at 1080p on YouTube, but for Twitch, so I don't destroy your internet, I go through the trouble of doing 720p. But every time I do that, Twitch just gives me encoding anyways. This is fraud. That's very kind of you, Plov, thank you for saying so. How many of you guys actually watch in 1080p if it's available? YouTube's delay isn't so bad these days, only a second or so. Oh wait, I forgot to put the chat on this screen. The VOD viewers are going to think I was talking to myself, whoops. Yeah, sometimes that delay is a weird thing. So YouTube, when it buffers, you actually get further back in the video. You basically get actually further back in the VOD than the live content. You can set the video's speed higher to catch up to current. I think I noticed you were a bit behind the other day and I forgot to tell you about that. It's a weird YouTube problem. Listen, I am supposed to be hallucination here, not you guys. Completely ordinary cat. And if you guys aren't real, Twitch is going to ban me for cheating their system with fake viewers. I don't want to get banned. Our Discord sounds coming through again. Stupid program. Discord constantly resets its audio settings, it's the absolute worst. There, now you won't hear Discord noises. Sorry about that. What was I saying? You may be able to forgive me. Well, okay. What did I do to deserve this, Billy? Anyways, I should probably end stream now since I have nothing else to say. Hey, we can raid people. Where on Twitch there are people that can be raided. Isn't that nifty? On YouTube I never have anyone to raid and nobody raids me. But here I can raid like anyone. The power is mine. We're going to raid Guppy. I like Guppy, she is a fish. I actually know a lot of people on Twitch. Even if I didn't raid Guppy, there's like 3 other people I follow we could raid right now. But I was watching Guppy earlier, so we're gonna raid her. What kind of raid message though? Hello, antithesis fillet context. Welcome, my day was nice. I don't think we can have Shreen be the raid message, nobody will understand that. That's weird, me of course. Twitch is a strange website. Oh good, I can just call you empty instead of the whole thing. Coding cat raid sounds like a good one. Eventually I'll get emotes her so those can be thrown on. What you can do about that? I suppose you could try clearing your cookies. You may have like an outdated version of the site going on. I can post the link in chat if that helps for the time being. I'll get it in a second though, hold on. Anyways, we will now do the rating and I will leave. So, Thank you all for watching, whether it was live or the VOD. I hope you all have a nice day and or night, and I will see you next time. I'm hitting the right now button. This is taking too long.